You ever notice how you can be busy all day and still feel like you're standing in the same exact place? You wake up, do the same routine, open the same apps, talk to the same people, and tell yourself, I'll start soon. And somehow soon never comes. You're not falling behind because you're weak. You're floundering because you keep swimming in the shallow water where everything feels familiar. The land of the familiar is comfortable, predictable, and safe, but it slowly steals your future. It gives you the illusion of progress because you're moving, but you're not moving forward. You're circling. And the scary part is you can spend months like this, months that never come back. Today, I'm not here to motivate you for 5 minutes. I'm here to give you a way out. Because growth doesn't happen where things feel easy. Growth happens where you feel slightly nervous, slightly unsure, slightly uncomfortable, and you still show up. If your life feels stuck, if your goals feel far, if your confidence is fading, this is your wake-up call. It's time to stop floundering and start choosing direction. Let's define what we're talking about. The land of the familiar is not just laziness or comfort. It's the place where you know what you're doing, you know what to expect, and you can avoid embarrassment. It's the same habits, the same excuses, the same safe choices. And floundering is what happens when you want change, but you don't commit to a path. You keep testing the water with your toes, but you never jump in. You start something, then stop. You plan, then delay. You watch other people grow, and you tell yourself, I'll do it too. But deep down, you're waiting for confidence to arrive first. Here's the truth. Confidence is not the ticket you need to enter the arena. Confidence is the prize you earn after you've fought in the arena. This video is built to help you move from stuck to steady. We're going to expose the traps that keep you familiar, then we'll choose one clear direction, then we'll build a small daily system you can actually follow. Not a perfect plan, a working plan, because your future doesn't need your feelings, it needs your actions. End. First, let's talk about the signs that you're living in the familiar. One big sign is you keep preparing instead of doing. You research, you watch videos, you save posts, you write notes, and somehow you still don't start. Another sign is you stay busy with small tasks but avoid the one task that would actually change your life. You clean, you organize, you reply, you scroll, you do everything except the thing. Another sign is switching goals. One week it's fitness, next week it's business, next week it's learning a skill. Sifidi papashi bor bordi, then you drop it all because it got hard. And maybe the biggest sign, you delay the moment you'll be judged. You're afraid to post, afraid to apply, afraid to show your work, afraid to be a beginner. So you stay in private practice forever where no one can criticize you, but that's a trap. If you never step into discomfort, you never get proof that you can handle it. And without proof, your confidence stays low, so your world shrinks. Familiar becomes smaller and smaller until you feel trapped inside your own routine. Now let's understand why the familiar is so addictive. Your brain is designed to protect you, not to upgrade you. Familiar means predictable, and predictable feels safe. Even if your current life isn't great, your brain prefers known pain over unknown risk. That's why you stay in habits you hate. That's why you keep returning to routines that don't serve you. The familiar also gives you quick comfort. And quick comfort is powerful. Scrolling gives a fast hit of relief. Avoiding the hard task gives immediate calm. Saying tomorrow makes you feel like you still have control, but the cost is invisible in the moment. It doesn't hurt today. It hurts later when you look back and realize you stayed in the same place for too long. Another reason is identity. You tell yourself stories like, I'm not disciplined, I'm not confident, I'm not the type who takes risks. And when you repeat a story long enough, your life starts to obey it. But identity isn't fixed. Identity is built. Every time you do a hard thing, you become a person who does hard things. Every time you avoid it, you become a person who avoids. So the familiar isn't just a place, it becomes a personality. Here's the part people don't want to face, the real cost of staying familiar. It's not just time. It's self-trust. Every time you promise yourself, I'll start, and you don't, you teach your brain that your words don't matter. That's why motivation dies. Not because you're broken, because your brain learned your promises have no weight. The familiar also steals your courage. When you avoid discomfort repeatedly, discomfort feels bigger and bigger. Your fear grows because you never prove it wrong, and then you start doubting yourself in everything. You hesitate more. You overthink more. You compare more. You become a spectator of life instead of a participant. And the worst cost is regret. Regret isn't loud in the beginning. It's quiet. It whispers. Maybe next month. Then months pass and regret gets heavier. Not because you failed, because you didn't try. because you kept postponing your own potential. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be honest. If you keep living in the familiar, your future will keep looking exactly like your past. That's not fate. That's a pattern. And patterns can be broken the moment you choose a different action today. Ban deals as you offer you hydration. So how do you escape? You need direction, not 10 goals, not endless options. One clear door. Here's a rule: pick one mission for the next sensor days, not forever, just sensor days. Your mission should pass 3 filters. First, meaning, does this matter enough that you'll still care when it gets hard? Second, momentum. Can you take a small step today, right now, without waiting for perfect conditions? Third, reality. Will this build a real skill, solve a real problem, or create a real result? Once you pick your mission, you stop negotiating. You stop asking, do I feel like it? Because feelings change. Mission stays, and the mission becomes your compass. When distractions appear, you ask, does this help my mission? If not, it's noise. Now here's the magic. When you choose one direction, your mind gets calmer. You stop chasing every opportunity and start building something. You go from scattered to steady, and steady beats intense. Always. You don't need a dramatic transformation. You need a simple decision. For the next Sansers days, I'm building this. That's it. That decision alone pulls you out of floundering. Pain's next. You climb out using what I call the familiar to fear ladder. Most people fail because they try to jump from zero to extreme. They set huge goals, then burn out, then quit, then blame themselves. Don't jump, climb. Start with a small daily action that is almost too easy to refuse. Sir minutes, arsers minutes, sensors minutes. The goal is consistency, not in. Then step 2, do one action that makes you slightly uncomfortable, like sharing your progress, posting your work, or sending one message. Step 3, ask for feedback. That's scary because feedback feels like judgment, but it's actually fuel. Step 4, ship something real. A finished product, a completed project, a public result. Every rung you climb makes the next rung easier. And here's the mindset shift: discomfort is not a warning sign. It's a direction sign. If something feels a little scary, it often means it matters. It often means it matters. Your job isn't to remove fear. Your job is to move with fear. Because courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is action in the presence of fear. Start small, climb daily, and you'll notice something powerful. You'll stop needing motivation because your progress will start motivating. Town, let's bring it home. The land of the familiar will always invite you back. It will offer comfort, excuses, and safe routines. But you now know the truth. Familiar is not safety, it's stagnation. If you want a different life, you need different actions. You don't need to become a new person overnight. You just need to stop floundering and start moving in one direction with consistency. So here's your challenge. Choose your Sensors Day mission today. Then create your ladder. One small daily action, one uncomfortable weekly action, one real thing you will ship by the end of the month. Keep it simple, keep it measurable, and when your mind says, not today, remind yourself, my future is built on what I do when I don't feel like it. Your confidence will not appear from thinking, it will appear from proof. Proof comes from reps. Reps come from showing up, one day at a time. If this message hits you, don't just watch and move on. Write your mission in the comments. Make it real, and if you know someone stuck in the same loop, share this with them. Because you're not meant to live in circles. You're meant to grow forward. If you want real change in your life, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss a motivational video that could transform your future.